Upbeat Showbiz on Let's Talk with Petty.
It's time for another Upbeat Showbiz. This is a show where I interview upcoming artists to recognize and appreciate them as they continue to give back to society with their wonderful talent. Joining me today is a beast, a legend, and I really do hope that you guys are going to enjoy his interview and you guys will get to know him better. How are you, Beast?
I'm okay. Yourself?
I am good, thank you. You know that you have to introduce yourself and let us know you better. Like, give us the brief details of where you're coming from and how you came up with your name is Legend.
My name is Beast Legend, but my real name is Tankiso Murwa from Pretoria. I actually originate from Free State, not Pretoria. But I just had to move to Pretoria because my parents were getting married, so my mom couldn't stay in Free State, and then my dad is staying in Pretoria. It's going to be a whole lot of. So I moved to Pretoria with my little sisters. And how I came up with the name Beast Legend, it's crazy. How I came up with the
Tell
name is
us about
crazy.
the
I don't know if you actually know the show, regular show.
Yes.
There's an episode where Rigby changed his name to Trash Boat. He looked at a picture. Yeah, that you see that scene, that episode. That's
Yes.
how I actually got my. I just looked at myself and I said, "Man, I want to be a living legend." That legend of that sentence that made a way of creating another word that meant something that comes from me. Like if you
Yes.
look at me, people say I'm muscular, right? So if they
Yeah.
saying that, someone in primary used to call me Beast. So I took that Beast, then I combined it with the legend that I wanted to be in the future. Then I made this legend. That's how I actually came up with the name.
Well, this is interesting. From before, you did mention that you started music when you were 12. So can you give us like a little bit of like a brief detail of how you actually started being involved into music and why you're now interested in becoming an artist yourself?
Why I was interested in music? From way back, I just like music on its own. Like, it was just the thing of I like music. My heart just wanted music. But Kanjani, I don't know. But to me, first it wasn't about being an artist. Like my career choice was not about being an artist. When I was in grade one, I wanted to be a firefighter. Like when I was in grade one, I wanted to be a firefighter. I wanted to, that scene in a firefighting movie where a person just goes up to the roof and then grabs a person who's stuck and then come
Yeah.
out with them and then people, yeah, I was inspired by that. But as time goes, I'm like, nah, I just took a different route. No, I just took a different route and I made music. I just got into music. I don't know how I got into music. I just got into music. I didn't plan it. I didn't say I want to do this. I want to do this. It's a thing of it just happened in a year. Then at the same time it happened, there was a teacher, my creative art teacher in primary.
Yes.
Every time, those projects where in creative art you guys have to act a movie or a scene or whatever.
Yes.
My teacher didn't allow me to do that at all. If I had to be in an acting group, I had to somehow rap so they can get marks. They would get marks because I'm there and I'm rapping. I'm doing something different from what other groups are doing because the other groups it was just okay, we get in, we act, we vibe. That's it. But I brought something different, I guess, to the ma'am. I brought something different. Every single time she would expect me, she would come to us and say, yeah, your group, you guys are not acting. You do know that you have to do something that I like and you're going to do it. So
Yes.
I just had to find of playing with the idea that she gave me, and then yeah, that's just how everything worked out.
So since you say that you have a year now in music, when exactly did you start producing music?
Oh, it was in sweet. I was just telling you that no one wanted me. And that's actually one of the saddest things I always think about every single time when I have to think where I come from with this music thing, being rejected by owners. Like,
Yeah.
I would tell these people, I would approach a person who is a student, I'm like, yo, I'm willing to work with you at your studio and I'm going to pay. But these people just kept finding a way of dagging me. Every single time when I bring up such conversations, it just becomes a weird moment. So I just thought, okay, let me rest. And then in 2020, I met this bro named Barge T Blaze. He doesn't live far from where, and funny thing is, this nigga doesn't live far from where I live in my hood. But I went to go look for people who are far from me so I can ask them for a studio session or whatever.
Yeah.
So the only person who accepted me was T Blaze. And I'm still working with him till today. I still make music with him.
Yes.
That was when I started making music. The first song I released was a song called Bowling with Nico Luna. Yeah, that's the first song I did. As an artist, when you start off, the song you make at that time to me was banging. But if I listen to it now, when I listen to the music I make now, there's a huge
Yeah.
difference. The music I make now is better than that song.
So how would you describe your creative process of you writing songs? Do you just sit down and start writing, or you have to see something that influences you, inspires you to start writing?
Yo, what I usually do, ne? I go to the studio. Most of the time I'm writing, but there are some days where I just feel like going to the studio to go see my niggas, and then boom, I just decide, yeah, I'm taking the mic. I'm looking for a beat. And then if I find that beat that I like, I'm going to freestyle on it and make a song. But most of the time, I write songs because of the situation around me, the things that happen around my kasi. I actually
Yeah.
write songs because of that everything that happens, either in my family, either it happened in my kasi, either I was in a certain situation, I was in a time at the wrong place, at the wrong time. But at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure that I learn the situation better. Sometimes I write songs during that stage when I'm actually going through that phase. But most of the time, I feel like I write songs that make sense after I went through that situation and I understand it better. That's when I actually start writing down, jotting down, flexing with it, making sure that I master, I make a masterpiece out of that situation because I know someone out there is going through the same situation, maybe is going through the same situation by which they understand it better. And then when they hear me talking about it on a song, it actually
Yes.
reflects, and then they're like, yo, I actually went through this. I'm actually a fan of this boy now. That's
Yeah.
actually how I.
So since you're 16 years and obviously you're still in high school, so how do you balance your school life and your personal life?
uh, Most of the time I don't really like making songs. I'm just an artist. I like being an artist, right? But I don't really like I'm too lazy. Let me just put it like that. I'm too lazy to just sit down and make music the most of my time. Most of my time I'm just at home chilling watching TV, or I'm out with my people doing whatever we're doing. My
Yeah.
mind is not always making songs. Like right now, I actually have a beat that I have to write a verse on, then send through the beat to someone who's going to release an album that has celebrities on it, right? But I actually haven't given myself that time to actually write because I don't know what to write, or I'm too lazy. I actually know what to write, but I'm just too lazy to just sit down, listen to the beat, and see what I make out of it.
Okay, so how are you going to go about it, and what is your goal? What is your end goal now? Since that you did mention that you wanted to be a firefighter and then you decided to be an artist, don't you think that you're going to change from being an artist to something else again, or is being an artist your long-term goal?
Being an artist is my long-term goal. That's all I can say to you. Being an artist is my long-term goal. Even though I just said to you that I don't like sitting down and writing songs. I actually do love watching that mic, making vocals out of it, seeing the vocals on the PC, hearing your voice on the
Yeah.
beat, flying, I actually love that phase. So being an
Yes.
artist is actually my goal right now. My goal right now is to actually finish school. My goal is to actually finish school. I just want to finish school because right now I'm signed under a company, a publisher. I've signed under a company called Music Fame. So
Yes.
Music Fame actually the company that's taking care of everything musically involved with me.
Do you get
So
paid?
they what
Do you get paid?
what I can't reveal that.
But then we
Like
have
things
to know, you can be working for other people and then they're not giving you your money. So it's more of you working without getting a salary. So that's why I'm asking, do you get paid? Are they paying you for the music that you release or
let me tell you, right?
yeah?
Fortunately, I can't say I'm getting paid what, right? But something actually happening.
Or there is something.
Yes.
So what's your relationship between, oh, how is your relationship between you and your producers and the company in between?
To be honest with you, my producers, I actually let me show you something. You see, I'm wearing a T-shirt that shows someone, right?
Yes, yes.
So this someone who made beats. He used to make beats. His name was K Force. He got shot last year around this time of the year, March. So it's been how I'm actually dealing with the producers and what. There's someone who actually there's someone in my class. Amita with G. He's
Yes.
the one who's making beats that I'm using on my songs. But the real OG was this one. This was the real OG. So the relationship between my producer and my owner, the publisher of my music, they
Yeah.
actually haven't met. They've never met. The
So
owner,
they've
the one
just
who
been
actually, pardon,
so they've just been in contact, fella. There's nothing more, nothing less.
these people don't know each other. It's a thing of like this producer, this manager has other producers who can do beats, and then he send them through to me and say, "Yo, work on this beat," right? But
Oh,
yeah, I prefer that nigga who I actually can go to and say, "Hey, Joey, I want something like this. I want the beat
yes.
to go like this, and then he just actually makes it the way I want it. But as for that, the other people that manager bring to me, ish, it's a thing of like, I'm going to do it, but I'm I won't be here. I'm most of the time I'm not happy. I won't lie. Most of the time I'm not happy.
Well, I guess it's your time to talk to him, and I hope that he listens to you. So, what inspired you to write a song titled Heaven or Hell, and what is the message behind it?
Ah, you know, uh, I, I, I actually knew that you were going to ask me that question. Like, my mind was already telling me, yo, when is she asking me this question? I want to answer it, right?
Oh, so you're
So,
ready to answer it. I can't wait to
yeah,
hear your answer.
I was so goddamn ready for this question. But, Heaven or Hell, that's actually my favorite song out of that project. This Life After Death EP, that's actually my favorite song. Heaven or Hell is a song that's very close to my heart. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's actually the song that I wrote. When I was writing that song, né?
Mm?
when writing that song, I was washing dishes, and then
What?
when I'm busy writing, serious, when I was busy writing that song, the phone was here, the dishes are here. I'm busy washing and I'm listening to the song. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, I got this line. And then I write down, and then I go back to listening to the beat, and then washing dishes, and then oh yeah, again I got this. That's how actually I made that song. And the reason why I named it Heaven or Hell is because there's life after death. Just listen to the the title of the whole EP. There's life after death. I just had to have that one project where I explain to you guys that there's heaven, and then there's hell. It depends on what you do in your present life, and God is the only one who's going to judge your afterlife. I can't judge that. No one can judge that. God is the only one who's going to judge that. And then what inspired that song? Again, he inspired that song. I won't lie to you. Like, if you listen to it closely, there's a point where the beat just flows, and then I'm not saying anything on the beat. The beat just flows on its own. Then when I come back, I'm saying Spanela Kulimata. This is Kuli. His name was Kuli Lemanyik, right? So
Oh yes, yes.
yeah, his name was Kuli. So I'm saying Spanela Kulimata. I'm working for him right now. I'm trying to make sure that if I get the bag, his family is getting the bag too, because ish, the situation at this crib is not really a nice situation that I'd like. I'd make I'd be out of the hood and then just leave them there, right? I'm actually working for the both of my family and his family, so they can benefit something out of it. Because right now I'm actually trying to license his music. I haven't told anyone this,
Yeah,
but
I really wish you luck on that one.
and I'm going to do it.
I really wish you luck on that.
One day I'm gonna send you a text and say, yo, I did it. This music is finally licensed.
Please do,
I'm gonna
please do, because
do
we need feedback, eh?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Don't worry.
Yeah, so under your EP, like you mentioned just now, on the song where you wrote "There is life after death," what did you hope your listeners to take from that music and the message from the music that you wrote? Yeah, there is life after death.
Um, there's life after death. Oh, that that EP. Let me tell you actually everything about that EP. How I came up with the name, blah 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 blah. So
Yeah.
it was on a Saturday. I was at church, and then my granny sent me to go buy veggies for her so they can cook, right? And then on my way to the market, I'm saying to myself, yeah man, I haven't been releasing music in a long time, especially an EP. What can I do? And I want to release something that the people will actually listen to and be, yeah, he's back, right? Then I'm like, the
Yes.
title. I knew what I want. Death, like the word death was already in my mind. I just wanted something. I didn't want it to make it seem like, okay, imagine just death. People are going to think I'm an Illuminati member or whatever. So I
Yeah.
just said the, the title, this life after death, just hit me in my mind, because I knew that I wanted to do something that will honor, you know, I wanted to do something that will
Yes.
honor him, right? So that I just decided on the spot, like, yeah, I'm releasing an EP. Crazy thing is, in the process of writing, when I was busy writing, getting beats, blah blah blah, electricity in my hood
Yes.
buys for like 1 month. I haven't told anyone that I'm releasing an EP on the third of what or what. I was just working. I was just in my own little space working, making sure that I'm mastering everything so that when the people get to listen to it, they'll be like, hey, I'm finally 15. At that time, I was 15. Yeah, I'm finally 15, and he's already going like this. Features, from the features to the project as a whole, I just had to make sure that, man, I'm doing me on this EP, and the people who will listen to it will know that there's life after death, and they gotta do right by
Yeah.
God. That's actually
Oh,
why I think inspires the what I think inspire the people. And the people I just want to say to my fans, my followers who are actually watching this interview, it doesn't matter to me if you guys are six, if you guys are three, if you guys are two, if it's just one person watching. Long as I know that there's someone who's actually watching. I was not expecting a higher number of people to watch this interview. To me, it was like, okay, if I see one person who's viewing the interview, I'm gone. I'm done. So as long as someone saw it, it's fine by me. It's
yeah.
fine by me.
Okay, so tell me, now you're mentioning how many people are viewing and watching. How are you working on marketing yourself and your music currently?
Ooh, I have two personal assistant managers, right? So these
Yeah.
people are the ones. If I want to do something right now, like the interview, before, like, when you and me were speaking, like, yo, let's do an interview, blah blah, on this day, what. My personal assistant manager was the one who was actually. I was sending her screenshots. I'm like, hey, she's saying this, and then she say, yo, tell her that you can do it on Friday. Oh yeah, let me do it on Friday. Okay, she's not available on Friday. Try making it on Sunday or on Monday. You're right, So those are the people that actually market what they're actually the people who give me ideas on how to market my things. I don't most of the time I don't use my mind anymore. I've got too easier. I've got too easier. I'm no longer that but I make sure that when I release music, I make sure that the people listen to it. I can drop the song right now. Life got to a point where I can drop the song right now, and then I get people. I just drop a link, one link. I don't even have to go to Facebook. I don't even have to go to Graham. I'm just on WhatsApp, post the status, and then boom, the people are sharing. Others are even texting me like, the respect to umutomuso, koskolo no bono different day, and then happy with them making, yeah, I wanna, they salute me. Those are the people that I actually appreciate. The people who don't even have to prove to me that they love me or act a certain way to show me that they listen to my music. Long as they know that when Beast drops, we are going for him. We're going to listen to his music. But it's fine by me. It's
Yes.
fine. So fine. So fine.
Thank you so much for joining. I had a lovely time having you, and we've passed our time limit. And I just saw it now. We had a good time getting to know you, and I really do hope that people enjoyed watching the interview. So give yourself a shout out and mention your handles, your social media links, everything before we end the live video. So thank you for joining, and I really do hope that people are enjoying the live.
Thank you too. Um, guys, please make sure that you go to my Audio Make account. My Audio Make account. I'm everywhere on my socials. This legend. If you wanna know me, if you wanna talk to me music wisely about anything, my people know. There's an email on my bio, my Instagram bio. Highlight that email. They will respond to you regarding my music. And then on the socials, this legend. That's just my handle on all social media platforms. But unfortunately, I don't have Twitter. A lot of people been asking for my Twitter. I don't have Twitter, but soon as I get time, I promise I'm going to make Twitter. I'm going to make a Twitter account, invite y'all, make sure that you guys catch up on me, my videos, and thank you guys for the love you've been showing me. The love has been very crazy. I'm seeing my schoolmates are actually watching this interview. Some of them I don't even talk to them at school. Appreciate that, man. I'm seeing you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It was lovely having you, and I really do hope that you're going to give us an update on how you're actually working on building yourself and marketing yourself. And to the OG, you wearing the shirt there off. So I really do hope that we are going to hear from you soon. And I hope that you have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for joining.
Good night.
Good night.
Have a lovely evening.
Thank you so much.